maybe not knowing so much your context, because at that age you're either, you know, you might think that you're rich, you might think you're poor, you don't know the specific details about it. But if you've got an understanding that actually there's an opportunity for you to maybe own the house that you live in, or own a house, and that it is important, having that mindset of owning something and the benefits of that from a very young age, it will ultimately inform maybe the careers that you decide to go into. It will inform,
and how much work you put into what you do.
Into what you do. If you're a child and you have aspirations to do something in life, it's good for you to understand that actually the amount of money you're going to earn potentially is going to dictate what you can and can't do in certain aspects. So it's the same as, like, if you go to university and you're getting a grant and you're getting a loan, you're not going to be an idiot like me, who, when I first got my first grant from uni and I'm like, yes, I'm rich, like, you know, but I'm not rich. It's not my money. Furthermore, even if it's not my money, I could have been so much smarter and put, you know, some of my grant away. Even if, imagine, like, if I was putting about £200 a month at uni away, and I'm sure there's people out there that did this, but they did it because they were aware, they knew that information. You could be, if you wanted to be, 24 and own your own property and come from nothing, cannot have the family put in and all that stuff, because you've got an understanding of the importance of money, the value of that. So for me, it's like the education around finances is the reason why poverty is so rife in communities and why it continues to be, because people, families, you know, but education, I think, has a responsibility to teach people how to come out of poverty, because it's not going to get any better.
And also adding the fact that in this reality that we live in, also always remember, that everything that you're taught is always going to be the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. Hence why culture is important. Culture is not something that they promote on the TV or promote in education books. Outside of looking at other cultures as alien to yourself. No one tells you about the benefits of, you know, the Asian culture or the Jewish culture or even the English culture. They kind of always just show you what you're supposed to just consume, spend, you know, this fashion, this Rolex, this watch, this, you know, new designer shoe or belt. You understand? So ultimately, it comes down to the culture to kind of be the other side to the reality that you see represented on images. Because more time, you won't see an advert on a TV or on a billboard that says save your money, stack your peas. You know what I mean? You won't see an advert that says, hey, have you looked at buying a house recently? Do you know what the prices are? These are the things they're going to promote to you. So the idea is that this is where culture comes into it. Hence why if you look at a lot of cultures that are doing very well financially, they don't really get involved in the other side.
True.
You know what I mean? That's why when you see them Jews in Stamford Hill and they got their locks and they're buying a little Volvo, you'd be surprised to know that a lot of them guys are millionaires. Why? Because the culture is one of, look, the world is nice, it's pretty. I might indulge in a rollie here and there to treat myself, and you get me, go on a fancy holiday and spend my money where I need to, but ultimately there's going to be certain cultural things that I do to ensure that I'm financially stable. And being financially stable is knowing my situation, knowing what I can spend. Hence why them apps here are saying those are great ideas. Those are the simple things, because sometimes what tends to happen is we tend to look at the solutions to the problems like they're really big mountains to climb. In reality, they're just simple things such as, look, if you start with yourself and your family, ensuring that you guys got a budget and saying that, look, we want to save X amount of money for the next year, and then saying with that X amount of money we're going to save for the next year, that's going to be a deposit. You've already started. And that's how everyone starts.
It informs your next decision.
Exactly.
How you're going to save, how much you're going to save,
exactly,
where you're going to spend your money, what you're not going to spend your money.
Exactly. It just takes that little bit of saving, and that's all it is, just saving. So but the only way you can get there is a culture, and the culture is if you can get your family, obviously you can do it on your own, but if you can get somebody like yourself, like mentoring or teaching, to where you just say to somebody, have you been stacking money, bruv? Little, and leave it at that. That's a seed planted. That's what you have to do. You don't need no fancy dancy program. Just say, have you been stacking your peas? And then certain man in their heart will be like, damn man, I really did spend a lot of money on a couple new crepes and that, you know what I mean? But them little things there, that's culture. Culture's, you know, things like what we're doing now. Like, are you stacking your bread? You see that? And now when my man promotes this now, everybody that's got peas or that don't have peas or whatever their circumstances, they'll come and they'll ask themselves the inward question, have I been stacking my peas? Because right now we've got a culture, everyone's watching everybody else's maneuvers and goings on, but in reality, for this to work, for you to buy your own house, for you to own assets, for you to live the life you want, you have to know your situation. And sometimes knowing your situation involves those around you supporting you in a culture. Because culture sometimes dictates your behavior patterns. Because if you got a culture, like for example, you're Nigerian as well, innit? We do ballet, innit? You know, the ballet is not ballet like ballerina, as in when you see her older,
The ballet.
you show them proper respect, innit?
Yeah.
But how did that happen? That's culture. We didn't have to see nothing from MTV or some billboard
It
or
was
Boris
ingrained from
Johnson
young.
coming and telling her.
Yeah.
We've been known from young. Sometimes it's just a simple case of doing the same thing that how you got to do ballet. It was a case of, hey,
This
son,
is what we do.
I gave you £10, yeah? What did you spend the £10 on? I bought this and bought that. Then you don't have nothing left at the end of the week. That's mad, you know?
Yeah, you got to slap the back of his head still.
Yeah, I mean, he can slap his head. He can slap his head. But sometimes he might just be embarrassed of the fact that he spent all the £10 and you ask him what he spent. I'll be like, I bought sweets and I bought this milkshake and I took Jennifer out for lunch, and you'd be looking at your son like, so at the end of all of that, what do you have to show?
Jennifer gave him a kiss on the cheek.
That's what happens to a lot of youths, so they don't stop. They keep looking for the different Jennifers, you know.
Then they have a youth with Jennifer and they're paying more money.
And they're slacking at here, bruv.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the moment you can get the culture part on tap, you'll see a lot more people getting the yard thing up, because it really is just a simple case of eyes on you in the right way helps you focus on yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
Because that way you get the discipline to know how to put your finances in order. So when it comes time for to talk to someone like me, you're not coming to me looking for schemes and tricks, because I've seen a lot of people come to me for schemes and tricks. I'm just like, brother, regardless of schemes and tricks, you don't even have no savings.